You don't have to dig too deep to find some creepy videos on YouTube, and the following videos remain plastered across the internet as some of the scariest videos ever witnessed. They're scary, mostly because we don't have an answer for why they're created. People have speculated everything from hinting at murders to singing the devil's praise. Granted, the community guidelines and strict uploading policy now means that graphic and violent imagery is largely kept off the site, but there are still some videos on YouTube that are genuinely creepy and disturbing. So here are some of the scariest videos the internet has to offer. But before everything else, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell for future uploads. Watch only if you dare. Number 10. The Wyoming Incident. Alternate reality games normally have a huge amount of detail put into them that people investigate and obsess over. The Wyoming Incident was another such game, but what made this particularly creepy was that some people actually thought it was real. The made-up story was that a series of broadcast intrusions, that's when an old TV broadcast is interrupted by another signal, took place in rural Wyoming, with viewers seeing weird imagery and experiencing odd side effects in the preceding days, which were uploaded onto YouTube and passed off as genuine, captured people's imagination. Of course, it all turned out to be a hoax. Here's the first that was shown on YouTube out of a series of around 13 known videos. Number 9. The Headroom Incident. Speaking of broadcast intrusions, this particular video is really real. In 1987 in Chicago during a broadcast on PBS of Doctor Who, the show was interrupted by a truly bizarre video of someone wearing a Headroom mask. The video, which only lasted about 30 seconds, saw the man talk directly to the camera in a mask before it cut away to him being spanked by a woman using a fly swatter. The broadcast was videotaped and became something of a local legend. However, the video surfaced again on YouTube years later and has since become one of the internet's favorite mysteries. The culprit to this very day has never been identified despite repeated attempts and investigations by internet sleuths. Number 8. Marble Hornets. Odds are you've probably heard of Slender Man, but where did he come from? It all grew out of a series of videos collectively known as Marble Hornets. There's a rich story about all the videos and who Slender Man was, and so on. But essentially, Marble Hornets was an attempt by a group of young filmmakers to make their own found footage horror using zero money and uploading it straight to YouTube. An ARG, alternate reality game, grew up around Marble Hornets, with people trying to figure out different parts of the story, and so on. They're all still online, and as we know, Slenderman became something of a pop culture phenomenon. Number 7. I Feel Fantastic. Nobody's exactly sure what's going on in I Feel Fantastic, but it hasn't stopped anyone from speculating and coming up with theories, many of which are disturbing to say the least. The prevailing theory was that the video was made by a serial killer who murders people for their clothes, with which he dresses the creepy singing robot. That cutaway you see in the video of the backyard is where he buries his victims. The reality? According to a few reports, the reality is much simpler. The video was part of an old GeoCities website about an eccentric inventor who was trying to make a singing robot for his experimental band. He planned to market a range of singing robots, but never got it off the ground and uploaded the video just after YouTube launched with no context. Number 6. There Is Nothing. This video is almost as old as YouTube itself. Created by video artist David Earl, There Is Nothing, or Dining Room, was a loop short movie. In other words, you played backwards and you played forward, and the effect was the same. As Earl describes it, it was inspired by his own belief that there is nothing on the other side of life. For example, death, and that the video was essentially about a dead person coming back to life and confirming his own suspicion that there is nothing on the other side. Knowing that fact about the video actually makes it more disturbing for us, to be honest. Number 5. The Hand Thing. While the previous two were created specifically for art installations, Chez St. John is something truly weird and bizarre. Through 2006 and 2009, a number of videos were uploaded online by an artist called Eric Fournier. The backstory was that Chez St. John, this character in his video, was a former supermodel who rebuilt himself using mannequin parts. The videos are all, as you'd expect, complete gibberish and make absolutely no sense. But there is something really off about that. The most popular part of this video is Hand Thing, which reached over 4 million views on its original upload. Number 4. Transfiguration. These next 3 videos are, believe it or not, performance art pieces. No, really. This particular piece, which found its way onto YouTube around 10 years ago by performing artist Oliver D. Sagazan. His work regularly features him pouring layers upon layers of body painting, clay, and other liquids and so on his body. And then, well, take a look. It gets weird. Number 3. Real Demons Caught on Tape. Uploaded by Chester Tyler 714 in 2009, Real Demons Caught on Tape is a special effects showcase of a very high skill level. Back in 2009, the consumer technology easily existed to make an ashy hand ghost jump scare YouTube video. The 4 million views that the video has accumulated since means more than enough people were willing to go along with the creepiness all the way to the denouement of a monster. Sometimes this short thing could even get a person a job, like when Lights Out was all the rage. Number 2. The Mysterious Stranger. Children's animation in the 80s didn't fool around. Case in point is The Adventures of Mark Twain, a claymation movie about various stories based on the writings of, you guessed it, Mark Twain. It was broken into different segments, and one particular segment has gone down in internet history when it was uploaded a good few years ago with the backstory that it was banned from television. As best we could tell, the segment was never banned from television or anything of the sort. It is, however, a pretty creepy story, and the weird claymation just adds to it all. Number 1. Sad Satan. It's not important to understand exactly what the deep web is, but suffice to say that the majority of what we consider the internet is just the surface of a vast network of computers and systems constructed by humans. The owner of the obscure Horror Corner YouTube channel was reportedly sent this game from one of his subscribers who had found it on a deep web page where users could post random files. This game was labeled simply ZK. After running a malware check, Jamie the YouTuber started playing the game and recording the results. It's a maze game that has bizarre flashes of black and white photographs, as well as disturbing audio samples, like a monologue that Charles Manson gave from San Quentin to NBC in the 1980s, and images of child sex offender Jimmy Savile and Margaret Thatcher promoting the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. No one knows the purpose of the game, and one of the creepy in-game children will eventually begin following you, causing contact damage and ending the game. So what do you think about these videos? Have you peed in your pants yet? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.